Where has the time gone? Hi guys, this is Connie. Want to do Connie Reads Max the Mighty, Chapter 14. I've also made an executive decision that these are going to come out Monday through Friday because weekends are precious and far too busy to continue doing this. So, or at least apologizing and saying, I thought I was going to put a video up. Never mind. Monday through Friday, Connie Reads. So yay! Let's get to it. Chapter 14, The Python in the Toilet Bowl. Great title. Good old Dip has got the prairie schooner running real smooth by the time we get back. Dirt in the carburetor, he says. All those dusty roads. I see you folks have been shopping. He's eyeballing the paper sacks, and you can tell he's thinking this. If Frank got robbed of everything he owned, where'd he get the money to buy groceries? I could explain the whole deal, but instead I chicken out and keep my mouth shut. Worm won't say anything either, except to me. I've read about guys like him, she whispers to me. They lie so much they don't know what the truth is. Frank, he must have ears like a cat because he picks up on it. The truth is overrated, he tells her, acting like it's a big joke we're all sharing. What I do is improve upon reality, and people prefer it. They really do. After that, Dip says we should hurry up and get back on the road because you never know what might be catching up. When we're sailing free and clear down that highway again, I start to feel better, like what we did in the store never really happened, like it's fading somehow the farther away we get. The more we stay on the prairie schooner, the more I like it. I don't tell Worm, but inside I'm almost hoping we never get to Montana. As long as we're on the bus, we're safe, and the rest of the world kind of goes away and doesn't matter as much. Dip, he's feeling good too, and he pops in a cassette and plays his golden oldie song about being on the road again. He punches up the volume and starts singing along like he doesn't care how bad he sounds or how loud. It's how loud that counts. On the road again, deet doody doot na 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 na, he goes, making these electric guitar noises somewhere deep in his nose. Joanie picks up on it right away, tapping her feet and snapping her fingers. Before you know it, she's standing up in the aisle, dancing to the music and going on. Come on, to me and Worm. She wants us to dance. No way. I'd rather eat cement. You ever seen those dancing hippos on the Disney Channel? That's me. But Joanie finally gets Worm out of her seat and makes her move to the beat, and you can tell Worm doesn't mind too much, even if she won't admit it. On the road again. Deet doot doot na 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 na, sings Dip. Okay, I like the song too, even if it was old before I was born. And it's pretty hard not to sing along and clap your hands on the beat like Joanie shows us. Whenever we come to a good part, Dip lets loose a blast of that big old horn. Wonk! And the birds fly up from the cornfields right on cue. Frank is the only one who doesn't care about the on-the-road music. He's stretched out, taking up all of one couch. He's got his newspaper tented over his face like he wishes we'd all shut up and let him sleep. The weird thing is, even when he's napping, he looks like he's ready to sign autographs, like he's the star of his own personal movie, and like the cameras follow him everywhere. And all he has to do is look you straight in the eye, and you want to be in his movie too. After the song ends, Joanie and Worm flop down on the couch, and they're both giggling so hard they can barely breathe. When Joanie can talk again, she goes, I needed that. Thanks, girlfriend, and pats Worm on the hand. Who taught you to dance? Let me guess. Your brother? Worm shakes her head. Maybe it was your dad, Joanie says. A lot of girls learn to dance from their dads. Worm shakes her head again. Joanie doesn't seem to notice she stopped smiling. Had to be your mom, she says, sort of wheedling. She's wheedling for an answer. Did I guess right? Worm gets this frozen look, and her face goes so pale that her freckles almost look like they hurt. Something about your mom, huh? Joanie says. What happened exactly? Worm curls on the couch, covers her face with a book. Leave her alone, I say. Joanie sees how Worm is hiding behind her book, and she shrugs. She says, Fine, okay. I was just making conversation. Nothing wrong with that, is there? I don't say anything, but my brain is thinking, there is something wrong. Only, I don't know what exactly. Somewhere around Illinois, Frank sits up and starts reading the newspaper. Look here, he says. There's a man in Topeka who found a python in his toilet. Amazing, isn't it? It says the python is native to the Amazon and somehow it got all the way to Kansas. Yeah, Joanie says, amazing. I bet I could make money with that snake, Frank says. Take it on the road, sell tickets. People would pay to see a snake like that. Joanie goes, I'd pay more not to see it, especially in the bathroom. That shuts Frank up for a while, but he keeps rattling that newspaper just to remind us that he can see gold where everybody else just sees a python in the toilet bowl. Late in the afternoon, we cross the Mississippi River, and Dip gets real excited. There it is, he shouts. Greatest waterway on planet Earth. Runs from the Minnesota lakes to the Gulf of Mexico. Passes through 10 states, over 2,000 miles long. Mississippi. That means big river. He's talking like a geography lesson until he honks the horn and shouts, Howdy doody, big river! And then he sounds like Dippy Hippie and nobody else. Take a look, Max. Drink it in. That's not just a river, it's liquid history. That's your country. It keeps changing paths, making its own way, just like we do. He's so excited, the worm looks up from her book and smiles when she sees the river, which makes me think she's feeling okay again, now that Joanie has stopped asking her questions. The prairie schooner sails along nice and easy until the sun goes down, and Dip says if we could go fast enough, the sun would never set because we'd chase it all the way around the world. Just thinking about that turns my brain to mush, because I know he's right, and I still can't figure it out. Tonight, we'll splurge on a real campsite, Dip announces. If I don't get a hot shower soon, they'll put me out with the garbage. That's how we come to stay at this KOA campground somewhere in Iowa, where they have all these Indian names, but not too many Indians. Not that I can see. Dip says they mostly live on reservations, but we don't have one, so we'll have to settle for the normal campground. I can tell he's pulling my leg, but I don't let on. Why spoil his fun? When the bus is parked in the right spot, Frank tucks his newspaper under his arm and says to Joanie, I need a word with you, sweet buns. He's acting mysterious, and he takes Joanie outside so they can talk private. I can see them under the streetlight, and he's slapping his hand on the newspaper, and she's listening and nodding, and I figure he's got some new scheme to get something for nothing. Which he does, only I don't know what he has in mind, or how he's going to change everything for me and Worm, and wreck our happy little life in the prairie schooner. If I had known, I'd have flushed that python right down the toilet. You can bet the ranch on that. Ooh, that's the end of chapter 14. See you next time for Connie Reads Max the Mighty. Be careful with that and enjoy, please, and thank you. Bye.